welcome to another exciting fight night here on Tone Wars.
We got a good one for you tonight. We are going to do a shootout between some of the top FRFR cabs out there. Tell us about the first contender that we have tonight.
First up is the Atomic CLR. The Atomic CLR packs 500 watts of Class D power. It weighs in at just over 30 pounds. It's been said that the Atomic CLR sets the standard for full-range flat response monitors and delivers the most lifelike and realistic tones possible. It's known to have great clarity and packs a major punch. And this comes in at a whopping $999.95. Who's the next contender?
The next contender is the Friedman ASC12, which is one of my personal favorites. It's made by legendary amp maker Dave Friedman himself. This thing has also 500 watts of Class G power, which I don't know what the difference is, but who knows? We'll find out tonight if it's better or not. And this also has birch construction and it has tons of resonance and lots of clarity. And the Friedman ASC12 comes in at $999. And we also have a third contender tonight. Why don't you tell us about that?
All right, we've got the Line 6 Powercab 2x12 Plus.
Now that's a stereo unit, right?
That's what they tell me.
All right, well, it also has a lot of features. They have a ton of different speaker models. They did a thing called speaker modeling with this. So it does have a flat mode, which is what we will be using tonight in the shootout because the other units are also in flat mode. But it also will model any speaker you want, at least all of the really commonly used ones. So that is a really cool feature on it.
And the Line 6 Powercab 2x12 comes in at $13.99.
Okay, so we got two that are priced pretty much the same, and then we got one that's priced quite a bit above those.
Let's see if it's worth it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
Let's go. Welcome to Tone Wars Fight Night. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
What's going on? And welcome to another Fight Night. This is episode 2.
That's right, Fight Night number 2.
That's right. Hope everybody's having a great night, and we're looking forward to having a really good night with you guys. We have really good cabs here. We have the Line 6 Powercab 212 Plus. We have the Friedman ASC12. And we also have the Atomic CLR. So I think this is going to be a really, really close race. I mean, they all have their own kind of really good characteristics about them. And we have an eclectic group of guitar players here for you. Yeah, so that way I think that by the time we're done with this shootout, like there's going to be enough variance between the guitar players where I think that everybody kind of gets represented here.
Should be something for everybody.
Yeah, so in this chair right here is Jaime Trevino. So he is from the band Rockstar. Tell us a little bit about that. Speak up a little bit because the mic's over here.
So Rockstar is an 80s tribute band. We cover everything from Bon Jovi to Van Halen to Whitesnake to Warrant. Dokken.
Yeah.
How loud do I need to be?
You're good. It's perfect.
Okay.
You're good there.
Very nice projection. And we travel all over the place playing that stuff for awesome people. Tried to take everybody back to the 80s, the sights and sounds, the jumps, the high kicks, the lights, the fog.
Yep.
And that's...
And a little bit of the naughtiness.
Yeah, there's a lot of naughty debauchery, for sure. We try to make it fun for everybody, and especially the kids, too. So we know when to dial it up to 10 and when to turn it back a little bit, too. It's fun.
Yeah, so...
Let's say hi to a couple people?
Yeah, let's say hi to everybody, and we'll get started in a minute here.
There's an Alvaro Felipe.
Hey, how you doing?
Brian Miller. How you doing, Brian?
Yeah, we got 33 people tuning in right now already. Thank you
banana.
very much. Helix Banana. What's up, Darren?
Homer Simpson.
Dope!
Half-hashed. What's up, half-hashed?
What's going on, man?
Matthew T. It says, does him licking his guitar make it sound better?
Yeah, it does.
Right.
It works sometimes.
Kai
Does a lot
Down.
of things.
You might know a Kai Down.
I do.
Yeah,
I love Kai.
What's
Robbie
going on?
Timms. Jamie's not in a stage outfit, so I'm immediately unimpressed. Oh, no.
I thought about bringing my wig.
It's funny. Most people recognize you with it than without it. You know.
Yeah.
We've got a Heather Taylor,
What's going
Derek
on?
Merrill,
Piper Morgan.
and more. Let's see. Kai Down. Agreed, Robbie. I'm not seeing anywhere near enough hair or spandex.
I'll try to do my best for you.
Hopefully he makes up for it in his playing. We'll see.
I was told this is PG-13 though, so I can't take off any clothes.
That's right. Maybe children watching. So, do you want to jump right in?
Yeah, let's jump right in a second here. First, let's cheers, everybody.
Oh, let's cheers.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to
the
you.
best co-host in the world.
Thank you.
And
cheers to you
cheers
guys.
to everybody here in the room and everybody out there in YouTube land. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate this more than we can say. Seriously, it means so much to us when we go live and we can see all the familiar names and the new names in there
That's
as well. It's just, it makes this all worth it. You know, it really does. So a lot of work goes into this, but it's worth it every time we get to do it with you guys. So thank you very much. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Let me explain the chain here.
You got it.
Yeah, so there's a mic back here that's picking up the cabs for you guys so that you guys are kind of in on it, okay? I dialed everything in best I could. I actually took an app on my phone that's like a dB meter. I stuck it on that chair facing the cabs and ran a loop through the Kemper on them and dialed in the cabs so that they're all within like 1 or 2 decibels of each other. You can't get it perfect, but I mean, they're all very close. And then the guys, what they did is upstairs through studio monitors in my living room, we took the Kemper and they picked like a good reference tone for them to play down here with, you know, so there wasn't any preconceived notions if they dialed it in on one of the cabs. We wanted to do it on reference monitors, and Mike actually, Mike Hasty, who's here tonight, made that suggestion, and that's a good suggestion. So with those tones, we came down here, and none of these guys have played through any of these yet, you know, as far as in this room.
In this environment.
Yeah, because Paul actually owns the CLR. So what we're going to do is they don't know which one they're playing through. I have colored XLR cables up here, so we know, but they don't. And they're close enough to each other where they can't really tell, most likely, where the sounds are coming from. And then here's the other thing. I'll say this publicly as well. If these guys aren't jiving with the tone that they picked upstairs, they're free to pick another one down here so that we don't want the tone to be the issue. We want the cab to be rated on its own merit. So we don't want the tone that they pick to have any say over that. So, and also keep in mind that, you know, these guys are in the room with these cabs. They can feel everything. There's no YouTube compression. So what they're hearing is like legit, you know, and they're making their
in-ears.
Yeah.
They're hearing it.
I can feel it.
Right.
Yep, they can feel it and hear it and everything. So they're going to be making really good judgment calls on what's what here. So we're going to get started with Jaime here on the first one. Let me mute this mic here, and I'm going to unmute the cab mic, and we'll get started. Should be good to go. Okay, what'd you think of that?
It sounded more focused than what I heard upstairs through the reference monitors, for sure.
Okay.
I liked it.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you don't have to rate it yet. We can go through them all, and then you can rate them against each other after that. So let's just switch to the next cab.
Okay.
If you got enough of that in you to make a decision?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and you can always hear it again. So let me go back. Let me go ahead and hook you up to the next one. What are we doing here? Blue? Let's do blue.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let me mute the mic and go for it. Go ahead. Okay. What do you think? You not ready for the next one before we ask you what you think?
Yeah, I don't want to speak yet on it.
Okay, no problem. All right, so let's go to the next one. This is plain, whatever you want to call it, clear, whatever. All right, and here we go. Okay, what do you think?
Okay, that one was really full in comparison, but let me take that back. The mids were scooped out a little bit.
Okay.
But I liked the oomph.
Okay.
And I liked what I was hearing. Like, it sounded like warmer in a way.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, let's do this. I mean, I'm just suggesting, do you want to go through them again? You want 1 or 2 or 3? Do you want to play... Well, that was 3. Do you want 1 or 2 again? Or
Give me 1 again.
Okay, we can do 1 again. All right. Let's do that, and I just want to make sure that you're getting everything you need to make the right decisions here. We're back to green, and let me mute the mic and go ahead. Which one do you want now?
Or do you want to rate it? Give it a
I'm going to rate it,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, so rate that one.
So that one, for me, is going to be...
It sucks when you're in the driver's seat, isn't it? You don't know, and you're like, oh, man.
The hot seat.
Right.
Yeah.
Before I rate it, can I try something quick?
Sure, yeah, whatever you want. We're here for you, man. Which one do you want?
No, I mean, it's fine how it is.
Same cab?
Yeah.
Just
oh,
mute
okay,
this
so
mic.
mute it. Okay, here we go.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure that gave you tons of info.
Yeah, so it
So
held
on
up.
a construction site.
So you get a 5 there.
A 5.
That
All
gets a
right.
5.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go 5 on the green one. And then what about number 3, which is the one you played just before this one?
So I like number 3 the best. That
Okay.
one gets a 7.
A 7? All
Definitely
right.
by a long shot.
Okay.
Because the EQ, I feel like I could dial in what it was missing to me with that profile.
Okay. All right. And
The second one, then.
The second one I'd give...
that was the second one. This is the third one.
That one would also get a 5.
Okay, 5.
Yeah.
Now you said...
That's between a 4 or 5.
Okay, now you said a long shot, but you're only 2 numbers apart. I'm just all I'm doing is just being here doing devil's advocate tonight.
Drop 1 and 2 down to a 4 then.
Okay.
Both of them same?
Yeah.
But you're not going to bring the other one up?
3 to like let's say an 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Just making sure. Now...
Because we can make the gap bigger. But,
Okay.
I mean...
Well, I want it to be accurate. That's the only reason why I ask. So let's do this, all right? Because this is going pretty quick. So play through all 3 in the same order one more time just to have a final say on what you think, okay? Fair enough. So we're going to do like a hot switch. We're just going to go 1, 2, 3. Just nod when you want me to switch them, okay?
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, that's the same order.
Okay.
Fan.
Okay, so I'm kind of tripped out right now.
Okay, so let's do the same order one more time. We're gonna do.
I think you did before you did green, blue, and then clear.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I'm sorry.
You
The order's
switched.
different.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that-
let me do that again. I apologize. So it's green, blue, clear. All right, hang on one second. Go ahead.
That's way thinner.
Okay, that was the right order.
Okay, so
Sorry.
you're good.
So many colors.
Okay, so this one did sound full, really full. This one sounded more focused in the mids, and this one sounded warm but kind of thin.
Okay.
Like I would have to EQ something and bring the mids up to match this.
Okay.
So in terms of score,
So.
I want to bring this up to, let's say, a 6.
Okay.
This one I want to leave at a 4 or 5, and then this one I want to leave where it's probably a 7.
Okay.
Because this one I feel like is fixable.
Okay. So.
Okay, so green, he wanted a 6,
Yep.
and then blue.
Was the second one you wanted at a 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Second one.
Okay,
Okay.
and then the one that you
last
liked
one?
the most.
Yeah, I would say that one is, the EQ is fixable enough to stay where it's at score wise.
So 8.
You had it
still?
at an 8. Do you want to drop it to a 7?
Just drop it to a 7.
Okay.
Sorry if I'm closing the gap there, guys.
No, it's your score. We're just trying to. Only thing I do is I just try to like play devil's advocate a little bit, and because I've been down here with these things for days, and I got my own thoughts, and I'm not trying to, certainly not trying to change anybody's mind, but I think that challenging things every once in a while and whatever is a good idea, just to play a little devil's advocate.
Helix Banana says, "Can you ask Jamie if he can tell where the sound is coming from in the room?"
Yeah, behind me for sure. When I'm playing through it, yeah, I can definitely tell like
Over
where
there.
the sound is coming from.
Yeah.
Like my left ear is dominant to this cab over
Yeah.
here behind me. It sounds focused, and you could, if you rewind, you could probably tell I was moving around a little bit. I'm not looking behind me,
Yeah.
but just to see, because where you're sitting in relation to a cabinet makes all the difference.
Yeah.
And these cabs all seem to have quite a large field. Like I can move off to the side of one and still be kind of on axis. It doesn't really change the tone too
Yeah.
much, which is good. So if that means anything.
They like the hot switch. They're saying the hot switch is very revealing. It really shows the differences between
Yeah.
the cabs.
I
It
try to
tripped me
do
out.
that.
Yeah.
It tripped me out.
In fact, we'll do that from now on.
Yeah.
We'll just go ahead and do that because when I was down here switching everything by myself, I couldn't. I had to
Yeah.
play and do all that. Even when I had it in a looper, it's just crazy. So we'll do let's do this. We'll do 2 rounds. We'll do like a round where we just kind of have a chat between each one, and then we'll do a hot switch round. Just to kind of give you 2 different variables
Yeah.
there. So
right.
you're happy with your scores?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and do the clean. All right. So we'll do the same order.
Green, blue, clear.
Green, blue, clear. All right. So let me switch this 1 second. All right. Go to clean and go ahead. What'd you think of that?
It was very brilliant sounding. It was very warm and full.
Okay.
It was louder than the
because
overdrive.
what we did is we picked tones upstairs, and maybe on the next guy, because he's using the same tone you are, I'll bump the that amp a little bit for the
or just
for
pull
the
that
audience.
down.
Yeah. Excuse me. So all right, so we're gonna go to the next one. All right, which is blue, right?
I saw Ben Burnett's name.
Hey Ben, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you.
Warm chord music as well.
Oh, what's going on, Jay? All right, 1 second, and go ahead. Okay, what do you think there? Initial thoughts.
It's not as revealing as I liked it. I liked
Okay.
the way, like the sonic character of it.
Okay.
But between the two,
Okay.
it's kind of even.
Okay.
It's-
They just probably just
It's a
different. Okay, so different flavors, same quality, maybe.
I wouldn't even say it's that far apart flavor wise.
Okay, all right. So let's go to the next one. We're gonna go to clear.
Wanted to say thank you to Homer Simpson. He sent super chat.
Oh, thank you very much. So Homer, you're awesome, dude. Thank you very much. That really means the world to us. Seriously. Okay, so here we go to the clear one. Okay.
It's still really hard to.
Yeah, you want to do a hot
discern.
swap?
Yeah, let's do a hot swap.
All right, here we go, guys. Hot swap time. Let me get started here with the first one, and then we'll go through the same order. 1 second.
Can you guys tell up there?
Go ahead. Okay, so what do you think?
This one sounded warmer than this one.
Okay.
A little bit more full. This one sounded probably the best out of the three options.
Okay. All right, so the first one that you played?
The first one would get in terms of clean tones,
Yep.
I'd give that one the 7.
Okay, so give that a 7.
Got it.
This one directly behind me, I would give a 5, and this one I would give probably a 4.
Okay.
So this one over here.
There's a 4, middle one 5.
4 and 5.
Okay, so all right, so we're not seeing any, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just asking, like, we're not seeing any like 9s and 10s. I mean, is there a reason for that? I mean, what would make them a 9 or a 10, or is it just because you're used to? And I'm just doing this so that we have some perspective. So you're used to playing through real cabs and real tube amps. So what we have to do though is kind of omit that, because that, I think, shouldn't matter as far as how these score in their own little bubble. You know what I mean? It's a different category. So we can't weigh them against a tube amp and say, well, it doesn't deserve a 9 because a tube amp and a real cab sounds better. But in this realm...
Yeah, I'm not comparing these.
Sure, I'm just making sure so our viewers know too.
I'm just going strictly off what I'm hearing.
Okay.
Right now.
All right. So strictly off of what you're hearing, regardless of whether or not you prefer tube amps and real cabs or not, it's still 7. Okay. I'm just making sure, because I know people will ask later, like, what if,
I mean, this could be a Texas Instruments TI-84 calculator.
It is.
I wouldn't care.
It is, actually. I painted it green and put some pretty lights on it.
But, so, in your eyes, what would a perfect 10 be?
Yeah, like what would it
like
what
the
would it
best, I mean, it would have to be giving me like a back rub right now or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So like a FRFR, like what are these all missing that's not bringing them up to a higher score in general?
So the clean one that you did, the green that you gave a 7, what could make that better?
Which one is that behind me? Is it over here or over here? Can I know?
To your left.
What could make that one better?
Yeah.
Is it still plugged in?
Yeah. Let me make sure you're on the
So for
wrong
clean.
one. So let's go to the high score one. I just think this is good science here. So 1 second. Go ahead.
In its own right, it sounds good.
Okay. All right.
What are you looking for, though?
Yeah, like what's missing. And I guess we have to compare it to the real world in a way, because it is what it is, right? I mean, in the real world, things are there that might not be. And what I mean by real world is real tube amps and real cabs, you know. And if you're used to hearing that, you're going to hear things that are missing, or maybe that just sound different, right?
Charles Murfield says louder is better.
Louder is better.
Louder is better.
Oh, Robbie and Andrew, what's going on, guys?
So the question.
The question is like,
What could I do to...
yeah, what would be better? Because I think this clean tone is glorious, you know, on its own. And again, I'm not challenging your answer. Yeah, you go wrong with a Fender Bassman, you know. So, and I'm not challenging.
I mean,
your
I'd want
answer,
something like a jazz chorus to make it sound chimier.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm getting all the frequencies I want to hear except for that top end shininess.
Okay.
That's what it doesn't have.
Well, it could be the Bassman that's doing it too.
It could be the profile.
Yeah,
for
it could be the profile, because I think me and Paul were talking about that. Paul was like, what was it, a Jazzmaster, or what was it that you said would probably be more chimey? The twin? Yeah, the twin with the back open.
Andrew says he's probably looking for a little power amp saturation.
Let me see. Here's a twin.
Do you have a presence?
Here's a twin clean. Try this. 1 second. Maybe make sure this is the right one. Go ahead. All right, so that's better.
With the increased presence, for sure, I like that a lot better.
All right, so for scientific reasons, let's do all three just to make sure. We'll just do a quick run through all three because we don't want to just help one. We want to do all three so that they all have a chance.
Did you want to raise that from a 7 to something else?
We will determine that after.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me do a hot swap. Here we go, guys. Let's start with the green. We'll go blue and then clear. Okay.
So the way that we dialed this in, this one sounds grand now.
Okay.
This one sounds second best, and this one sounds the worst, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. So what do you want to score them at
You
now?
had a 7.
Okay, this one's, let's put this one at an 8.
Okay.
This one, throw this at, would be my second pick.
Okay.
6.
Okay.
And then this one would get like a 3.
Okay.
Actually, a 2. I don't like it that much.
Okay. So
this
2 on the last one.
We'll get a 2. All right.
All right. Okay, so I'm glad we did that. So like we can get a little sciencey with these with you guys too, just to make sure. This is our first time doing like a cab shootout, and I want this to be fair. And again, I don't want it to ever be like the profile's fault or my fault or whatever. So if we need to do something that'll change it up and make it more fair, I got no problem with that. So,
All right.
well, there's the scores for Jaime Trevino. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out Rockstar, definitely do. They're a blast to see live. They're amazing.
Every show is like a party.
Yeah,
It's great.
It's a total party.
Great time.
Thanks, guys.
All
Thanks
right.
for having me on.
Hey, no
Yeah.
problem. Thank you. So go ahead and unplug.
Woo!
Yeah. And let's get the next victim up here.
Ooh.
You're good.
Up next, we have Mike.
Yes, we have Mike. Watch out for those cables, I guess. All right, what's going on, Mike?
How do we know Mike?
Mike, tell us about yourself. Tell
I
us about
play guitar a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jamie, are you still down here?
There we go. Yep. I play guitar in a band called Walls of Jericho. I'm here.
That's right, Walls of Jericho, and you're kind of famous for making a kind of an interesting cab, aren't you?
Yeah. I have. Well, I used to do it. I don't really do the company anymore, but I used to do a company called Almighty Engineering, which did road-ready guitar cabinets. Which
Nice.
Jamie, who just played, has one.
Yeah. Yep, I've heard great things about them.
They are cool.
Yeah, they're
Heather
nice
Taylor
cabs.
says she's Team Mike.
Team Mike.
This isn't a contest.
All right, so you picked we're just going to do a dirty tone with you because you're like, all I do is play dirty tones.
And also, so if you see this guitar, I have no toggle switches.
Oh, that's
I have
right.
no neck pickup.
Gotcha.
I have a volume only.
And that's it.
This is a punishing death machine.
Sweet. All
That's
right.
what I use. That's,
Well,
so if
let's go through the
we're
order
going by
here.
what I do.
Let's stick with what we got here. We're going to start with green, Carrie.
You got it.
All right, let's...
Jim Doyle says Mike is the man.
Yeah, what's up, Jim?
Aaron says it's a dope fiddle.
That's a dope fiddle.
It's a monster beast.
All right, here we go with the first one. We'll do like a round. We'll just play until you're comfortable with each one. We'll have a quick chat about it, and then after that round, we'll do a hot round, and then we'll do it up. So let me go ahead and unmute you and mute us. Go for it. What do you think?
I think it sounds a little boxy,
Okay.
and I kind of like that.
Oh, okay. So
I don't
he
really
likes
like a
the
boxy sound, but it
Okay.
doesn't sound bad. I mean, you know, if I had an amp in front of me, I would brighten it up a little bit, but it has a nice big, full, fat sound,
Okay.
real chunky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
cool.
All right. So let's go to the next one,
Okay.
which is going to be blue, right? Ugh. I'm going to be an expert at plugging in XLR cables by the end of the night. All right, here we go.
That is pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
Chuggy
that
chugs.
Sounds good. Still not quite bright enough. I don't really like a bright sound. It sounds less boxy.
Okay.
Sounds a little bit more full and natural, I guess.
Okay.
Could be we didn't really mess too much with the preset we were using.
The treble's up one. It's at 1 o'clock. I don't know if you keep it there or.
Well, it's kind of hard to tell.
It's all variable, yeah.
But comparatively, it sounds good.
Okay.
I like the sound of that.
Okay. It's chuggy. It's got the chuggy chugs going on.
Yeah,
right?
it does. It's nice and full.
Okay.
Like I said, I would go a little bit brighter, but I'm not saying so far whether it's that or the cabs that we're trying. But
Okay.
I do like that.
Well, on the hot round, I'll brighten it up a little bit for you.
Okay.
How's that? And then we'll do that. So, but
let's see number 3 first.
continuity's
because this
sake,
one may
let's
be
do
real
number
bright.
3. Exactly. So, all right, here we go. Go ahead.
I'm in. That one sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
It's I like that. Sounds pretty good.
Okay. All right, so let's do a hot round. I'm going to turn the brightness up to it's at 1. I'll go up to 2.
Yeah, none of them were too
The treble,
bright.
that is.
So yeah.
Okay, I'll
we
just
can-
turn treble
yeah,
up to 2.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay. All right, so let's do a hot round. Let me go back to the first one. Hang on 1 second.
So green, blue, clear.
Yeah, this blue one's giving me, it keeps wanting to scoot back out. The green one, you stay where I tell you. All right, it's an inanimate object and it will listen to me. All right, let me mute the mic and we'll do the hot swapping whatever thing. Here we go.
Cool.
Fake this out there for a second.
I was listening to how it resonates.
Yeah, I hear you. No, that's good.
Cool.
It's good. So what do you think now?
Okay.
So number 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so my favorite one is going to be number 2, which was this way.
Okay.
Somewhere.
All right.
That one sounds the most how I would expect an amp to sound.
Okay.
It felt fairly natural.
Okay.
And
So 1 through 10.
1 through 10 on that. I would give that one a solid 8.
8. All right.
Okay.
My second favorite one would be over here to my left.
Okay.
That one sounds good too. That's the boxy one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yes.
And it's boxy, which isn't always bad. I would mess with the amp differently. I would
Okay.
do something to make it better, but I feel like it has what I need out of it. So I would give that one a 7.
Okay.
And the third one also sounded good. Seemed to be the farthest off as far as comparing the 3, where these two over here seemed a little more like something that I would work with.
Okay.
And the one in the middle seemed to need more EQ than anything else. It seemed to need more change. So I would give that probably a 4.
Okay. So you didn't really like that one very much, did you?
It's not bad. It's not bad. I just think that out of the 3,
Okay.
it's the one that seemed like it needed the most work to me.
Okay.
Based on what we did this upstairs,
Yeah.
and that tone that I had upstairs, I felt sounded pretty middle of the road.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And that one seems like the biggest change from there, and also kind of didn't represent it the same way that the other 2 did.
Okay. All right. So let's
Maybe it's own, because I feel like, so full disclosure, this is my first time playing through an FRFR cab of any sort.
That's why it was good to have you on too. 'Cause
Yeah.
This is your first time doing that.
I do have experience with an ASC in running direct and through studio monitors and in different ways that way.
Okay.
And I have an understanding of using cab IRs and stuff like that.
Ben Burnett wants to know what pickups you're using in that
This
guitar.
is an EMG81.
Thank you.
Yes, it is.
Got it?
So what I'm saying is I've never run through the FRFR style cab, and I feel like the idea is to be as neutral as possible.
Yes.
To be the least colored.
Like a neutral cab.
I feel like, and I could be wrong, but out of the 3, 2 of them seem much closer, and the middle one seems the most colored.
Okay.
The most of its own personality.
Okay.
Which it isn't
But you
necessarily.
didn't like that very
it wasn't
much.
as bad. It wasn't bad, but I would do more work to the to the preset to make it right. It just seemed
Okay.
the least neutral.
All
out of
right.
the
So
3.
I just had a thought pop on my head. So since you're not doing a clean, why don't we do one more dirty tone and we'll do a hot swap with it and see what you think of that. Just so you can have 2 different dirty.
You want to run a different.
Let's run a different
preset,
dirty
you're saying?
tone through it. So 1 second here. Let me.
I will.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Wait.
Let me pick something I know is like.
So I know I play heavy stuff, but I like a full mid.
Oh, I got
And I
something
don't
for
need I don't need as much gain as you might think.
Okay.
So
I got something real good for you right here. 1 second here. Let me knock the gain down a smidgy poo. That's such a manly thing to say. All right.
I know, it sounds weird, but I play really heavy too.
All right. So we're gonna go green, blue, clear, right, Carrie?
Green, blue, clear.
All right. 1 second. Let me mute the mic.
I'm ready. Stand by what I said. Although I like 2 a little bit better that time.
Okay.
Or this one.
So
I like this one a little better that time.
which one? The middle one?
I like the
one you
I
just
still
played?
like this one the best. First one that was more to the right.
Okay.
The one to the left was still second best, but is way different sounding, but
Okay.
sounded great. and the one in the middle still sounded real mid-scooped, and it just feels like it lacks body.
Okay.
It doesn't have the same fullness that I feel like it should have.
Okay.
Want to keep your scores the same then?
Keep them the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go with that.
All right.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. That's what we want. We just want to make sure that we're giving everything the same fair shake. You know what I mean? So.
I mean, if you want me to play, through the cleans, I can. This guitar isn't really much for that.
Yeah. Does it
I
sound
don't
really weird when you do?
Well,
or
I mean, it's literally just a bridge pickup only.
Okay. Well, let's just do a quick hot round on the
Do it.
cleans then. One second here.
Yeah.
Let me switch down to the clean, and there was something I had to do. All right, go ahead. Okay.
So first one we played sounded pretty dang good.
Okay. That was
Yeah,
clear.
this isn't a great guitar to represent that, but it sounded really good.
Okay.
So I think it went this one. So in the order you played them, actually, it just got worse as it went.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So
Okay.
I would say, it's hard to judge a clean with this, and I don't play much of it, but I don't know. I would give that one a good 7 or 8.
The clear.
Sounded good.
The first one?
Okay,
Yeah, that
which
sounded
was
good.
clear.
And
Yep.
like an 8.64, I guess. Give a little bit of
8.
variance.
All right. 8.
Okay, 8, 6, 4.
And then the blue
Blue is 6,
6.
and green is 4.
and green is 4.
That's the last one. All right.
All right.
Well, that wraps that one up. Well, thank you very much,
Yeah.
Mike.
Nice and
Greatly
quick.
appreciate it, man.
Next
no
up
problem.
is Brett.
You guys, good work.
Thank you very much, man. Quick and painless.
Let me switch over to the comments and see what's going on.
Yeah, we got, last I checked, we had 59 people on here,
Yeah,
which is
still,
awesome.
46 right
47,
now.
yep,
Yep.
it's up and down.
Well, that's me. Sorry about that.
No.
Thanks, Mike. All right, so we got Brett Murphy here. He was here on the Kemper Challenge, and he's back for this shootout, which is awesome. Tell us about your band and stuff you're involved in real quick.
I play with a band called The Last of Us,
Yeah. Well,
local cover band out of Memphis, Michigan. Play varying styles of music, blues to classic to a little bit of modern rock. But when I play by myself, it's usually relatively clean to bare bones clean, and then a little bit of grit.
okay. Cool.
That's it.
What's the name of your band again?
The Last of Us.
Last
The
of Us.
Last of
Okay.
Us.
We're having
Do
a
you-
camera issue. Let me mute the camera real quick, see if we can fix it with that. And of course not.
Can you walk up to it and then come back?
Yeah, try that. I hate webcams. They're freaking stupid. No, it's probably going to be blurry. Yeah. All right. Well,
we'll
it is
just
what
go.
it is. Otherwise, I got to undo things and do it again. Absolute nightmare. Okay, so let's go ahead and we got to pick your tone. All right. So
Start
you...
with the dirty.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll start with the dirty tone. Just got to find you real quick here. There you are. Okay, so here is the dirty tone that you picked. This is the PT100 from Live Ready Sound. Let's go ahead and mute the mic. And wait. Let me make sure. What are we doing?
Green first.
Green,
Green, blue,
clear. All right. Mute the mic. Go ahead. What'd you think of that one?
Sounded pretty good. It felt like it lacked a little bit of a little bit of character maybe.
Okay.
But it probably could be tweaked to get that character.
Okay. All right. So let's go to the blue one. Okay, go ahead.
I like that one.
You like that one?
Good, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So let's go to the clear one. And here we go.
Yeah, it sounded pretty good. It was a little more high end.
Okay.
Not a bad thing.
Okay.
Just a little more high end. It didn't get shrill, so that's a plus.
Yeah, exactly. That's a plus. Okay. All right, so let's do a hot swap. Let me get set up for that, and we'll go in just a second here. Did we do the clear yet?
That was the second one.
Oh, we did the second one? Yep. Oh, we didn't do the third one yet.
No.
Okay. Sorry about that.
So you're on clear now.
Okay. Sorry. We didn't do all three yet. What'd you think of that one?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
The fall off on it's really nice.
Yeah? Okay. All right. So they're all, sounds like you could dig into any one of them. It's just a matter of...
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do the hot swap and see what's going on with that. 1 second.
Trying to think of a lot of it too with the mix.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. Go ahead. Okay.
So I think the first one I heard is probably definitely going to be the worst.
Okay.
Probably on a 4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. And the second one that you played, what do you think of that?
The second one I felt probably the best about.
Okay.
When I play, I like more of an even across the board base to high range, level.
Okay.
Because most of what I try to get out of my playing is all within my pick attack and aggressiveness that I use with it. And I felt like that one had the most, so I'd probably give that about an 8.
Okay. 8. All right. And then number 3.
3 probably a 6.
6. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right.
Clean tone.
Let's go to cleans.
We will fix the camera. Jarrod has already made a mention, but it's going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, after this, I'll fix the camera.
While we're switching over.
Go to browser here. Let's go find...
He'll try and fix the camera.
Yeah, I'll if I don't fix it, I'll break it. Either way, we'll have something.
No breaky. No break equipment.
That's what I do.
We still have t-shirts for sale, guys. We still have Tone Wars t-shirts. We have small, medium, large, extra large. You can email Jarrod. His email is in the, what do you call that? In the beginning. What do you call that? Where you put your...
Oh, in the
description.
In the description.
In the description.
Yeah.
You can email him the size that you want. It's $20 plus $5 shipping and handling, so $25. Let him know what size and your mailing address, and then he'll contact you, and you can do the PayPal.
Yeah. We'll be happy to send you one. Thank you very much. All right, so let's do the cleans. Let me get set up again. So we're doing green, blue, clear. All right. Mute the mic, and here we go. Okay.
It's really full sounding.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good.
I mean, with a clean tone, can't ask for much less than full sounding.
Yeah, you just want full and warm, right?
Yeah, that definitely
covers
it.
Let's go to blue. See what blue brings us. Go ahead.
It had fullness, but it almost sounded a little digital fullness. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's your round. Yeah. Whatever you think, man.
It's the best I can do to describe what I was hearing.
Okay.
But within a mix, I don't think you'd notice.
Okay.
The digitalness. The mix would cover that up just fine.
Okay. All right.
Sure, most people play in a mix. So.
Yeah. Well, it does matter, right? I mean, the mix is a very important aspect of it because you're right. I mean, everybody always asks me, well, how's it sound in a mix, though? Well, because it does matter. Okay, so let's do clear, which is the third one. Here we go. First impressions of that one.
Still has a little bit of a digital sound to it, I feel like, but it wasn't as digital as the second one. Okay.
All right. Okay, so let's do a hot swap and see what we got. Hang on, let me hook up everything real quick and then we'll go.
I think 1 being the best for sure. Probably a 9. I really
You like the first one?
like number 1.
Okay.
2 and 3 actually ended up getting reversed as far as my preference to them.
Yeah.
I'd say 2 would probably be a 6 and 3 a 5. Middle of the road.
All right.
Don't hate them.
Okay.
Don't just
All right.
don't love them.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I knew this was going to be close because these are all really good. It's just a matter of taste and what kind of music you play and how that, responds to your kind of playing in that genre. That's really what it comes down to, and that's why I had multiple different guys on here. So, well, thank you very much, Brett. Appreciate it. So while we're swapping guys out, I'm going to go ahead and basically live fix the camera. I just have to delete it and add it back in. So you'll have a blank screen for a second. That's the only way to fix the camera in this stupid software. So give me a second here.
Ben's like, the camera seems fine.
No, it's not. It's blurry because like right here it's fine, and then I go back here.
Wait, you fixed it.
Did I fix it?
Now it's, yep.
Well, figures.
It just didn't like Brett.
Yeah, either that or I threatened it. It's your camera.
No, stop moving because you're going to throw it out again.
Yeah. All right.
Caleb.
What's going on, Caleb? Now, Caleb is a very unique player. For you guys that don't know who he is, he's very unique. He's one of those unicorn type players.
Yeah.
He does a lot of really cool,
Fancy.
fancy. Yeah, but he does picking. He does tapping with his. He's like kind of like what what's the guy's name that does all the crazy? Tosin Abasi does a lot of that kind of stuff and some really unique stuff. So I was glad to have you on for that because, you guys are in for a treat. Well, you're in for a treat with all these guys, but I just thought you would be like this really cool, unique kind of player to have on here for the different tones and different cabs that we're doing. I gotta find your tone now. There it is. That was easy. All right, so this is your dirty tone. Let me get started on the right cab, which
Real
is...
quick, can you tell them about your guitar?
Oh, yeah, and what you do and...
Yeah, your band's name.
All that
Tell them
stuff.
about yourself.
Tell us.
Well, this is a GNL ASC12. It's guitars by Leo, made by Leo Fender. It's got the Z coil pickups. It's kind of like a humbucking pickup, but they're single coil, but they're offset, so it still bucks the hum, but gives you that single coil spank.
Okay.
I play guitar for Toolology, Tool Tribute. They've been around since like 2007.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
I joined back in 2016. Was playing bass in a metalcore group called Collapse Revive. Now I'm switching to guitar for them. And I make my own solo music. So I just write, put it out,
And it works.
And it works. Yeah, it's all really, really unique stuff. I love it. So, all right. So without further ado, let's go with the green one and take it away. So what'd you think of that one?
It's a little bright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a good body though.
Okay. All right. So let's go to blue. 1 second. Let me mute the mic. Go ahead. Okay. First impressions?
Better.
Better?
Better, yeah.
Like that one better? All right. Okay, so let's swap to number 3. Just clear for us. And take it away. What's that?
That's the best one.
That was the best one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to do a hot swap?
Hot swap.
Yep. We're just going to
One
go
right
boom,
after
boom,
the
boom, right at one after another, and then
Alright.
you can score them that way, right next to each other.
Cool.
All right. So let me mute the mic. Let me get set up, and I'll tell you when to go. Okay, so the third one's still your favorite? Okay, so even with the hot swap, you still... Okay, so what would you score number 1, 2, and 3? Let's start with 1.
One would be like 2.5, 3.
2.5,
Yeah,
3?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if it's my guitar with the tone or what, but whatever the combination is, that
Okay.
definitely like
Wasn't working for you.
Well,
three's
this-
the most.
Yeah, the thing is, for everybody watching, like, all things are equal here, because it's the same guitar,
Yeah.
same tone through 3 different cabs. So, so, all right, so
Number
what
2?
about number 2?
That's about it's about a 5.
Number 2 is a 5? Okay. All right.
And then the third one.
Third would be, I'd say an 8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was nice.
Okay.
I
Alright,
could tell
let's-
if I had my own tone that I dialed in, that I was like it would have been
Something you would have tweaked for yourself and
yeah.
ran with.
yeah,
it.
Okay.
That's what I would have gone with.
Okay.
Let's
All
do
right.
the cleans.
Let's do the clean, and 1 second here. Let me find it.
I think Caleb and John Thrasher would make a good team.
Oh, yeah.
John Thrasher?
Yeah. From the Black Order. He's the bassist from the Black Order.
All right, so
You'll have to
here's...
give me his number.
Right?
Yeah, I totally...
John Thrasher, if you're watching.
I totally screwed up my whole preset here. I'll have to fix that later. All right, so 1 second. Let me go to
Green,
green.
blue, clear.
Okay, take it away. You like that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to number 2. Initial thoughts on that one?
First one is better. I like the first one.
Okay. Okay.
That was a little bit brighter. I kind of like the body of the other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go to number 3. Here we go.
Right on. Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit better than that. The second one.
Okay.
So that was the same as that.
Same order.
Green, blue,
Yep.
clear. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
I like the first one the most.
You like the first one the most there? Do you want to do a hot swap, or are you ready to? Okay, so let's do a hot swap. 1 second. Okay, so what do you think?
For clean, I like the first one the most.
Okay,
Sure.
so cleans. What would you rate the first one?
Oh yeah, definitely. Can you switch back to that one?
Yeah, yeah, sure. 1 second. That's an 8, you said? Okay.
All right.
All right. And
the second one?
Second one?
It's a 6.
Okay.
Can we switch that again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, 1
Another
second.
reference.
Four
Okay.
on that? Okay. All right.
And
And
the
you want to
last
hear
one.
3 again before you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, what was that?
6.
6? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Homer, who are you aiming your question at? I see that you asked it. I had to wait a second. I got to scroll up a little bit to find you, but let's see. Quick question. Would you choose any of the 3 over Big 8 studio monitors for at-home practice? I was just going to ask you, but I don't know if he was aiming that at anyone. in particular.
Well, I mean, I can answer that, and unless someone else wants to jump in. I would prefer any one of these over studio monitors because studio monitors are great for recording, but they don't really have like that fullness and that oomph that like a real cab's going to have. They don't resonate like a real cab does. And when I'm, playing in front of studio monitors, I just feel like I'm capturing like a mellow version of the tone, where in a cab, I'm capturing the full amount of what I'm looking for. Because in guitar tone, for me anyways, I want fullness, I want punch, I want pick attack, I want to feel the air being pushed. I want to feel the ground resonate while I'm hitting palm mutes and big chords. And you don't really get that with studio monitors. You just get a good sound, but everything else, everything else is kind of gone. There's not a lot of character there, but there's not supposed to be, because they're supposed to be flat. And yes, conversely, these are FRFR, full range flat response, but you get more character out of a cab because of the resonance and the punch that you get out of them. So at least you get that, So
would you agree, Caleb? He said the player. He wanted the player's opinion.
Would I prefer any of these over studio monitors? Is that the question?
He said, would you choose any of those 3 over Big 8 studio monitors for at-home practice?
Yeah, I would probably pick that third one.
The third one?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was that one called?
Can't tell you yet.
Can't tell you yet.
We'll find out later.
We'll tell you at the
Whatever
end.
the third one is. Overall, on average, that was the best.
Okay.
We'll definitely reveal at the end.
Yeah, we
all
will.
The scores.
Yeah, we're just trying to keep everything on the even, But we got one more player here, and then we'll. Thanks, Caleb. Yeah, go ahead and unplug. Thanks, dude. Seriously, very much enjoyed all that. It was very cool.
You're welcome.
Stick around, because we're gonna have a little powwow after Paul here. So up next is Paul, and
are we gonna bring all the guys back on?
yes, we'll
the
bring
round
everybody
table?
on afterwards for a little powwow.
All right.
And Paul is the owner of the of one of the cabs here. So
You're
watch
good.
out for that little footstool there. Yeah. So I think we picked out a tone for you already, right? Go up here.
Paul has his Tone Wars t-shirt on.
Woo!
One of those 2 can be yours.
All right, so let's get started with Paul. 1 second here, buddy. Let me get the order here. So we're going to go green, blue, clear.
Green, blue, clear.
All right, 1 second. Take it away. Okay.
Little boxy sounding.
Little boxy sounding. Okay. All right. You're not the only one that said that tonight.
Hi, Dave Rebel. Thanks for joining us, man.
Hey, Dave. What's going on, man? Hey, I'll call you later. Sorry if I didn't get... I'm doing this today, so wasn't able to talk. But thanks for the call and the well wishes. All right. 1 second. Here we go. Okay.
A lot more full.
A lot more fuller. Okay. All right. So let's do number 3. 1 second. Okay.
I want to turn the fan off.
What's that?
A little darker sounding.
A little darker? Okay. All right, so let's do a hot round here, and then we'll get a score. 1 second. Okay, so
darker.
A little darker. Okay, so out of the 3, I got the mic on. So what would you score number 1?
4.
1 was a 4. Okay. All right, and what about number 2?
8.
8.
You liked it. All right.
Okay. Number 3.
6. 6.5.
8. 800. All right, so you got 4, 6, and 8. All right, so now let's do a clean. 1 second. Let me find your twin 1 clean. All right, 1 second here. Let me swap out this.
Just wanted to say thanks for tuning in, everybody. How many people do we have right now? 52. We went
52.
back up. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Sometimes people lose the stream and they come back on. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. We're on our final player, and then what we're going to do is bring everybody up for a little powwow. We're going to reveal the scores and all that kind of stuff. So take it away, Paul. Okay, so what do you think?
I think keep the same.
Yeah.
Keep it the same
4, 6,
on all
and
3? Okay, so 4, 6, and 8. All right.
We have completed the
We have
scientific
completed
experiment.
the experiment, yes. So give me a second here. I'm going to get some chairs. We'll bring everybody on. You can go ahead and stay there if you want, Paul.
Yeah.
Let's mute that mic.
We're going to keep Paul here. He's modeling our Tone Wars t-shirt. Ben says you're wearing your guitar the wrong way, by the way. He said the pointy end goes the other way.
He's a lefty. All right, let's
But yeah, you too can have a lovely Tone Wars t-shirt. Just email Jarrod your size. We have small, medium, large, and extra large. It's $25, $20 for the t-shirt, $5 for shipping and handling. Piper says she's Team Lefty too. Oh, you might not be a she. I assumed you were a she. Maybe Piper is a he.
Piper's a she, that's my wife. Actually.
Okay, it's a she.
There's 3 chairs here, guys.
Jarrod is getting the chairs. All of the guys are going to come back. We're going to do a roundtable discussion about it. I'll reveal the scores and the winners. We apologize for all of the coughing tonight. I am on the under the weather wagon. Trying not to. Yes, under the weather wagon. But thanks for hanging in with everybody. Yeah, you can be up front there.
Come over here.
Yep, that works. I don't think. Can you see Mike over there?
Back. I'll be right back, Carrie.
Mike, your knee is on camera. You have to move a little bit. Your foot and knee.
You want to scoot over just a little bit?
There.
I'll just this.
There you go. You can see.
The lean.
Jarrod will be right back. He's probably going tinkle. But don't forget to tune in next week. Next week, we'll probably be going over all of the comments that we're going to get from tonight's show. We love hearing from you guys, getting all the messages. We learn something from every episode. So go ahead and opinion away. Send us your opinions. You can Facebook message us. You can comment down in the comment section after the live feed. We love hearing it. We always learn from it. We also, the first Sunday of every month is our fight night. I want to say, you know what, I'm not going to say what the next one is because I forgot. But I do know that we're eventually, either in probably December, we're going to be putting the Kemper up against the, oh nuts, what's it called? The FX.
XX3?
Yes. That'll probably be in December because the Kemper was the winner of our first fight night.
That'll be November.
November? That is November. All right. I thought I was going to get it wrong. Here he is.
All right, sorry about that.
Nathan says it's crazy how fast the tone changes play style. Every guitarist has a hard time playing the same riff style for each cab.
Yeah, I would probably play the same riff through each cab, but then again, some cabs probably inspire guys to play differently because of the way they feel. When I was down here sound checking them and getting the levels right, they all feel different. There's a definite feel difference between all 3 of them. Some felt fuller than others when he played. The strings felt different. There was more pick attack on some. Some felt squishier depending on what I picked.
Squishier.
And, yeah, it was weird, like how much different they felt. It was very strange.
Can I throw a question out there?
Yeah.
So to play on that, so I'm a tube amp guy, right? So the power section is huge to me. I started buying solid state products like the Black Spirit 200 by Hughes and Kettner. I bought the Friedman ASM12, the wedge. It's kind of like Jarrod's ASC, but it's a wedge version, which has a Class G power amp.
Yep.
And Class D and Class G and all this different stuff, you hear different textures. Like I had the Power Stage 700, which is made by Seymour Duncan. It's 1.5U, and it is supposed to power your cabs in stereo, if you'd like. And I didn't like the way it felt as a power amp.
Oh, okay.
So between these 3 products here, maybe that's part of the reason why.
Could be. Yeah, could be, because I know you played some other solid state power amps that you didn't like at all because they felt funny to you. I remember you saying that they clipped. One was clippy and the other one just felt weird to you. So yeah, I agree. Well, that's why some people, even with tubes, they prefer EL34s or 6L6 because they feel different. Yeah. So.
You ready to hear the scores?
Yeah, let's do the scores. Let's do the total scores, and then we'll do everyone's breakdown because this is very interesting.
Do you want the dirty score total or do you want the overall?
Let's do the overall, then we'll break down the dirty and clean.
All right. So coming in 3rd place was the Line 6 Powercab. That was the green with 56.
56, okay.
And coming in 2nd place was the Atomic CLR 59.
59, all right.
And then coming in 1st place was the Friedman ASC12 with the 62. So still not a huge margin.
Yeah. I knew it was going to be close because when I was down here sound checking these, I was like, This is going to be a nail biter.
Yeah.
It really is. You know, and I think that I picked 3 really good cabs.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, who wants a fight where one walks away with everything? It's not really a fight. That's more of a... It's like when you watch the Super Bowl and one team scores like 8 touchdowns in the first quarter, and then the rest of the game, everyone's just drinking beer and socializing.
Right.
It's like, why bother?
So I think these results say you can't lose with any of these.
I think you're right.
And they're tweakable. Even the ones that got the lower score, you could work with it a little bit and come up with something usable. So
exactly. And it's a matter of, and I think what it came down to tonight was it was a matter of taste, depending on what genre that you're playing. And that's why I had the eclectic group of players, because I knew it was going to come down to that, because it's, I mean, I think the truth is right there in the numbers. I mean, numbers don't lie. So you have, so
the overall dirty score for the Line 6 Powercab was 23.
Okay.
The overall score for the Atomic CLR was
30.
33, dirty. And overall for the
ASC12.
Friedman ASC12 was 31.
Okay, so
So, I mean, the Line 6 Powercab, there was kind of a 10-point gap there, 23 to 33, and then 31.
So what that's telling me is for heavy tones, you would want to go with either the Atomic or the Friedman with the heavy tones, because they had, I'm just going by what these guys are saying, they just felt fuller.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed too, Paul, when I had your Atomic down here, when I started playing it, that thing has a ton of just behind every note. I mean, it's thunderous, you know. I mean, it really does. It's a little darker than the Friedman. I think the high end of the Friedman, to my taste, everybody's different, was a little better. But that thing, there's no doubt that thing has a ton of fullness, a ton of warmth, and it had that kind of raw, kind of cabby kind of thing going on. And it's a small box. It's teeny.
Small and light.
Yeah.
31 pounds.
I know. It's so small, but that thing just completely rumbled the floor, man. I mean, that thing had a ton of balls.
Piper wants to know what color lines up with what amp. So green was the Line 6 Powercab, blue was the Atomic CLR, and clear was the Friedman ASC12.
Yep. In other words, we had no sticker for that.
No.
I didn't have a sticker.
So
I called it clear.
The interesting thing when we go to the clean scores is that it's swapped. The Line 6 Powercab had a 33, where the Atomic CLR had a 26.
Okay.
And Friedman had a 31 right in the middle of it.
So it was kind of like second place there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's completely swapped from the dirty tone.
Yep. So what that tells me is that if you're more of a clean player and you like the sparkly, clean kind of tones, maybe you might want to go with the Line 6 Powercab 212 Plus, you know, if that is more like your liking. So, and again, tastes are going to change, so we still suggest that you try each one out at a store. If you have a chance to try them all out, line them up next to each other. I know Dave Rebell did that, and he ended up walking out with the Friedman because he preferred that, but he didn't try it out against any of these two. He tried it out against something else, to be fair. And again, that's why we had all these different players here, so that they can kind of play them, and hopefully we had them represent a lot of you that are watching, because we're not all metal players watching this. It's guys from all different genres.
Now, do you want to go through each player's individual?
Yeah, okay. Let's go through Jaime.
So Jaime, overall, let's see, the Line 6 Powercab, you gave a 14. Friedman ASC12, you gave a 13. Atomic CLR, you gave a 6.
Yep.
So it went Line 6, then the Friedman, and then the Atomic CLR.
So they were very close. The Line 6 and the Friedman were 1 point apart.
Do you have any specific questions? Do you want to know specific dirty clean scores, or is that good?
So what was the make or break for between the Friedman and the Powercab 212? Was it the clean score?
You
Okay,
scored
so
the
so when we dialed in that clean tone, you dialed in the presence.
Yeah.
The brightness.
Yep.
It really brought up that's all part of it, right?
Right.
I mean, if you were to sit here with one of those cabs and tweak each of your presets, like in this case, the Kemper, to one of those cabs, you can make any of them really sound glorious.
You're right.
You know?
And that's what's so nice about these cabs is I really think that they're worthy opponents, you know. I mean, you guys out there watching this right now, you could probably throw a dart at any of these, and whichever one you hit, you could take home and be happy with. I mean, honestly.
So, but Other question though. So
Sure.
how does that reflect front of house? Because it sounded different through each,
Sure.
all three. So how
Sure.
does, which one is the most transparent?
Well, all right. So here's what I did about a year. Gosh, it must have been a year and a half ago. I did that "How to Choose the Right FRFR for You" episode. So, and then in the next episode, what I did is I put my these other two. The Line 6 Powercab obviously wasn't in that because it wasn't made yet. Neither was the CLR. But out of the ones that I tried, the Friedman represented my true recorded tone the best, anyways. Now, I don't know about this competition because, again, I haven't compared my recorded tone against these other two. But I actually revealed that episode, too. I put it up right after I did that How to Choose the Right One for You, where I showed my recorded tone, and then I showed the tone from each cab, and the Friedman was definitely the closest. So if that helps you, I mean, take that to heart. But I would say out of the three of these, yeah, I'd have to do a recording. I really would. You know.
You were miking your cab then for going to front of house then.
No,
No.
because I would direct.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't mic these.
Right.
You could probably mic that one. The Line 6 because it's kind of made for
Right.
that. So it's got that regular kind of coaxial type speaker, but.
So it's just for stage volume then?
Pretty
what you wanna
much,
hear.
yeah.
Gotcha.
But here's the thing, though. People dial in their tones on them. So it's like you want to dial in your tone on something that's as true as possible. Otherwise, you're falsely adding or taking things away. And then you go to a front of house situation or a recording studio situation, and next thing you know, your tone's all screwed up. And you want something you can trust. You really do, because you don't. That's like I guess the example I used in the How to Choose the Right FRFR episode. Like Carrie, you wouldn't put your makeup on in a warped, dirty mirror, would you?
No, but I've done it.
You probably did it on the
Have
highway
you
during rush
been
hour.
in the bathrooms
Yeah.
at the clubs? You can't even find an inch square. They're covered in band
I
stickers.
know. Why do you have lipstick around your eyes? Is that a new thing?
Well, let's see. Derek is
So
looking for
metal.
the group's
Oh.
input. If you can't afford any of these cabs, would you run your Kemper through a regular cab, headrush, or another option?
Oh, Mike had a quick.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I'll go first on that, I guess. If you guys don't mind, if you can't afford any of these cabs, totally understandable. I would get a pair of good studio monitors. You can get a good pair of studio monitors for the same price you can buy a headrush for. Headrush is $299. You can go to any music store and get a pair of studio monitors for $299. That will represent your tone way better than a headrush will, number one. Number two, you get stereo separation, so all your stereo effects are there. Do I prefer a cab over studio monitors? Yes, but do I prefer a studio monitor pair over a headrush? Absolutely, 1,000,000,000%. Those head rushes, man, I mean, it sounds like it's under a pile of pillows, I mean, they sound awful, Don't buy a head rush, buy a pair of studio monitors. So anybody else that wants to comment on that, go
I'm
ahead.
sure they will. I have a question for Jamie, and I lost it. Let's see. So you feel it lacks high end, Jamie? This is from Aaron Short Music.
Which lacks high end?
I wonder if it was the one that you liked. Aaron Short, which one were you talking
yeah,
about?
in terms of the 212 power cab with the preset that Jarrod called up for clean, it lacked sparkle. And it did translate through all three
Evenly.
speakers
right.
evenly, but
Yeah.
because it was dialed in on the Powercab 212, to me, it sounded the best through that cab.
Okay. All right.
And that's kind of why I brought up that question.
Sure.
Like, I could have totally done that with the second
Sure.
or third.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, let's move on to Mike's scores.
Okay.
All right. So, Mike, you gave. I'm just going to go in the order that we played them.
Okay.
The green, which was the Line 6 Power Cab, you gave an 11. The Atomic CLR, which was blue, you gave a 14. And the Friedman was the clear, you gave it a 12. There he is.
So I like So I like the CLR the best.
You liked the Atomic CLR the best.
It's
Yeah.
really
Cool.
chunky. Yeah, that was the one
Yeah.
thing I noticed.
Was there anything? I know you did Dirty.
Or
That
clean.
was more your.
I did some
Yeah,
clean
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so you gave the Atomic an 8, you gave the Line 6 a 7, and the Friedman a 4.
in the cleans.
And the Cleans, Atomic CLR a 6, Line 6 a 4, and Friedman an 8.
So you
Okay.
liked the Friedman for the clean tones.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Was it the same clean?
I think so. Yeah. Yep. I kept going back
it
to that
seemed
one.
more like, watching you play. You went through two different cleans. It seemed. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed like the second one, which he liked better.
Hmm.
Is that what you used for me?
I think so. Yeah.
It's so hard to tell because that guitar isn't set up to do clean.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah. It's a pretty aggressive sounding guitar. So.
Yeah. So it actually goes to my question that what I was going to ask a second ago is being new to this, being new to the FRFR world.
Uh huh.
My impression of those was that it's supposed to be neutral, or
Yeah.
the most neutral as possible. So
Yep.
it's interesting to me, based on what we just did, how completely different they are.
Yep.
The idea that those are neutral is a joke.
Yeah. No, you're right.
No,
But
that doesn't mean that none of them, are good or bad or
Sure.
but it's strange to me that a company would try to have something that would be neutral that is so specifically colored.
well, it's the
So,
same
like,
with
one way or the other.
studio monitors, though, right? Aren't they supposed to all be flat, but they all sound different?
And they do sound different, but
Yeah.
having some studio experience on that stuff, I think they do sound different, and some of them are more than others.
Yeah.
But I think that there's been a pretty big push in the last, years to
Yeah.
have them be a little flatter. And nothing's going to be completely flat.
Yeah, because who's to say what's really flat, right? I mean,
You have to have a
Right.
standing baseline that everyone uses.
Yeah.
and
Well,
then
kind
you
of
have
what I
an
expected,
analyzer.
though. What I expected was to play through 3 different cabs and almost not tell the difference. That
Yeah.
would be what I would expect from a
FRFR.
and then just really talk about the quality of how well it does
Gotcha.
its thing, right?
Yep.
That's not what I was hearing, though. What I was hearing was it sounded like sort of like the same head through 3 different mic'd cabinets.
Yeah. No, you're right.
It sounded totally different.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think that's
And
a
it was
good way.
interesting.
Yeah, and
It was
it.
interesting to hear.
Well, I'm glad that you're saying that because there's a lot of people that are watching right now that are new to the FRFR world as well, and they wanted to hear because you're a studio engineer as well as a
Yeah.
guitar player. So, like you came in here from the aspect of you're a guitar player and an engineer.
Yeah.
And plus also somebody that's never played through an FRFR cab, and I think that you're speaking volumes for all the guys out there that are also wondering like, well, what's it really like? And you're right. I mean, the fact that there's all supposed to be FRFR truly is a little like, really?
Yeah. No, but on the other side of that too is none of those felt like a guitar into a head, into a cabinet in your room. They all felt like playing that setup through a mic into studio monitors. That's what it felt like. I'm not saying
Okay.
that it sounded like that necessarily, but
Okay.
there's a disconnect to it. It sounds like a mic'd guitar sound versus a amp in your room, which
That's
is
what it
totally
is.
different.
Yeah,
Right,
which
and-
is
and
what
I
it is.
realize that it's
Yep.
supposed to, but I mean, they all had that quality,
Yeah.
which was sort of. I expected something to be raw, sort of. Even though I understand, I mean, I have an Axe Effects at home, and it's similar in ways to how that works.
Yeah.
And I realize, but I also try to make mine for my personal use. I try to make it feel as raw
Gotcha.
and as much in a room as possible, and all of that felt very studio sound.
Well, you have the Matrix, the
Yeah.
FX1000,
Yeah.
right? Which is a solid state power amp, but it's class AB, right?
Yes.
How does that feel in comparison to this through a cab? Does it feel
Much
more like
like a cab.
bingo?
Much more
Okay.
like a cab. But then I also have a Mesa 290 power amp, all tube, and I can run the Axe Effects through that, turn the cab sim off, and that sounds like an amp.
Yeah,
I,
like when
I
you-
honestly could use that preamp with a tube power amp, and if I A-B'd that with a real tube guitar head, you wouldn't really notice the difference.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't have that. This just doesn't have that.
The relation.
Yeah, it doesn't. It sounds like me running through speakers in the studio as opposed to me running through the cabinet. So if you were to use this live, for example, I guess my point would be is, I find it weird. I hear bands do this a lot, but I find it weird to want to play live with a studio sound. I don't think a studio sound plays well in a live mix as well, unless you're playing with a lot of pre-recorded tracks that make you just sound like you're playing your record.
Yeah. You
will not sound, if you're using one of these, you will not sound like you're playing your guitar through your cab on the stage as you would hear a traditional guitar amp being played.
I would have to say, though, we'll move on to the next guy real quick here, but I will have to say, though, like if between studio monitors and any one of these cabs, these are closer to amp in the room feel than a studio monitor would be.
Yeah, I mean,
because they have more resonance, you know.
That, but some of it is just the physical size.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, you know, like at home, I'm using like a 7-inch speaker, whatever, and you know, you can crank it and you can make it sound, but you're not trying to play that so it feels like you're gonna rage on stage.
Yeah,
right?
gotcha.
But I think these are at least on some level designed to do that.
Jamie, if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you can do it. I guess what I'm saying is through those, I feel like to get that real sound, you would have to really manipulate what it is you're playing through it to make it feel more raw and natural as opposed to finished.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a finished quality to it.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so what do we got next?
All
We
right,
got
so
Brett, right?
Brett, yep, I'm going to go in order again. Green, the Line 6 Powercab, you scored a 13. The blue Atomic CLR, you scored a 14. And clear Friedman ASC12, 11.
Yep.
So the Atomic CLR won for you.
That was all total. That was total.
That was his total.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Your dirty was
Atomic CLR was an 8, and then the winner of the clean was the Line 6 Powercab with a 9.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep. So you had a pretty interesting array of scores there, you know, which again is a testament to any of you guys watching and you want to pick one of these. I mean, I think any one of them would be a great choice for you. It's just a matter of what flavor works, right?
None of them were bad, and I felt like they could all be tweaked to equal themselves out with one another.
Yep.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
10 minutes with any amp and you could make it sound how you want. They were close and they were so completely different.
But they were
also
close.
you could find something you could work with and be really happy with in a very short time.
Well, what I liked about it, what I noticed is from listening, watching you guys, and doing it myself, you know, the last 2 days, sound checking everything, is I think quality-wise, they're all quite a bit close on the same level. There's variance here and there, but it's just a matter of, like, what sound you like the best. It's not a matter of quality, it's a matter of taste, you know. So who's next?
Right, we've got Caleb. So in order, Line 6 Powercab, you scored a 10. The blue Atomic CLR, a 9, so close. And then the Friedman ASC12, a 14. So you really liked that one.
Yep.
The winner for your dirty was the Friedman ASC12. The winner for your clean was the Line 6 Powercab.
Nice. Yep. So that was pretty telling as well. It's pretty cool how close all these were. All right, let's go to Paul.
Paul. All right, the Line 6 Powercab, 8. The Atomic CLR, 16. And the Friedman ASC12 was a 12. So, of course, you like the Atomic CLR.
It's yours.
You're familiar.
What I liked
There's a
about
reason
it
why
is
I
I
picked
could hear the difference between the closed back and the open back cabinet. And I wasn't hearing that in the other two.
Gotcha. Yep.
That's what I was hearing.
So
It was the definition between the two. I could tell the open back cabinet on the twin. I couldn't hear it in the other two.
Okay.
You scored the dirty and the clean exactly the same. So Atomic CLR, your favorite. The Friedman was your second, and the Line 6 Powercab was your least favorite.
Yep. So depending on what genre you play, what amp type you play, one of these is going to project that tone better than another one, just, you know, based on how it's made, you know. So again, I think the conclusion tonight, especially with the final scores, is these are very close.
For sure.
You know, very close. Nobody here tonight, as far as these 3 units goes, ran away with the victory. I mean, the victory was earned, and it was earned with blood, sweat, and tears, as far as I'm concerned. You know, so I think this is great. I think that I learned a lot tonight. You know, I learned a lot about you know, about how these, you know, vary depending on the player. And, you know, when I first came up with this idea of doing this particular, you know, type of fight night, I was like, man, I wonder if the Friedman's going to run away with it. Because it's my favorite, you know, but it's still my favorite, but it didn't run away with it. No. It kind of, you know, tomorrow morning it's going to have some healing to do after this game.
I was with you.
Yeah.
When I was on the one episode, playing to the Friedman.
Yeah.
I fully expected myself to choose that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the blind test is for. You
My
know,
ASM12 that I just got, I ran it for the first time live on Saturday last night. Incredible.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
sounded like my 412.
They're incredible cabs. They really are, especially when you crank them. Because down here, it's a closed environment and it's not so open. But you get on a stage and you want to feel that foot massage while you're hitting power chords and stuff.
I would like a foot massage.
Yeah, they do. They do a really good job.
I need a foot massage.
We'll have Sven come over and hook you up. Well, let's see if there's any questions before we close out for the night.
We are all caught up. We
We
just
are.
had a comment. Aaron said, "Great playing, everyone, and thank you for doing another excellent shootout."
Thank you.
Let's see, MK. What we need is frequency response specs. To me, FRFR response should be 30 hertz to 18 kilohertz plus or minus 2 to 3 dB.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can certainly look those up because all the specs are on, especially like on Sweetwater, they always have the specs and stuff up there of all these units. So you can certainly look that up, you know, and check
That's
that.
it. We don't have any more comments or questions. So.
All right, cool. Well,
Cool.
well, thank you very much. It's getting really hot down here,
Super hot.
because yeah, a lot of people and lights and everything. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in. We want to thank all you guys here for giving of your talents and your
Yes.
time and your expertise. You know, we really appreciate you guys coming and watching and spending the evening with us. It means the world to us. Please share this with your friends. Share it in your groups for people who are wondering which unit is the best. I mean, I think this is the most scientific test that you could possibly do, you know.
Click like, subscribe.
Yes, if you like this, please give us a thumbs up. That
Thank
really
you
helps
very
us.
much for the super chat. Wow. That's
Homer
just-
Simpson.
Yeah, Homer Simpson.
Yes.
That
Thank
was
you.
amazing.
Thank you very much. I'm looking for my mouse. Oh, here it is. Here it is right here. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. You all mean the world to us. We will see you next week with another live stream, probably me and Carrie, and we'll have a nice chat with you guys. Thank you so much. God bless you all. See ya.